So as you guys know, I got hit by a drunk driver last week, and I forgot to file the claim, so I'm kind of doing that right now. But stop yelling at me. Stop. You're not cool. I'll fuck you up. Record a video under 30 seconds to show the damage on your vehicle and speak through any details you'd like us to know. Bro, fucking... I already explained to the agent, but the guy came in between my car and this other car in the middle of 2 lanes and hit this car. Alright, great. We're finally freaking done with that shit. Okay. So yeah, my point still stands that accidents are freaking annoying. And I've had a little time to just reflect on what actually happened. And I realized that I was pretty confused because usually I'm really good at seeing people come from behind me, right? Like I'm really good at swerving out of the way for motorcycles. I'm pretty good at swerving out of the way for people who just seem to be speeding. So I was pretty confused when the whole accident happened because I didn't see it coming, and that usually doesn't happen to me. And I realized this is the big reason why, okay? I'm gonna show you something. This is the car I usually drive. And the thing is, when I'm sitting in my position right here and I'm looking straight, the thing about this car and even sedans in general is the fact that while I'm looking straight, I have this, I can see that white car in my rear view mirror, in my peripheral vision. I can see the Lexus in my peripheral vision, and I get some reflections from this side mirror right here. And so whether it be at night or just during the day, when a car's coming from even that lane, I can kind of see in my peripheral vision whatever's coming from behind me to the right of my car, right? When you hop into this car and I'm looking straight, it's just like, I think the distance between this and the very back window of that car, of this car, it's just a really long distance, right? So I don't get that much information. Why is it so hot? I don't get that much information here in my peripheral vision. I see a little bit here, but the problem is when I'm looking straight, I barely see the right side of the car in my peripheral vision. I think big cars in general, it just makes it a lot harder to drive defensively. When I'm looking here, this seat blocks off my peripheral vision in terms of like my blind spot, and so I have to look like this. But then when I look like this, I shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving, but hold on. You see how that's really tall? So like if there's a Miata right here, I wouldn't be able to see him. My point is, it's just like, despite like all this visibility, I have to rely on blind spot monitors. And even with blind spot monitors, when I'm just driving straight, unless I'm actively looking every freaking 10 seconds and actively defensively driving, I just don't have a good idea of what's happening behind me because this is so wide and this doesn't give me that much information, and that is out of my peripheral vision. I know I said in the last video that the accident would have been a lot worse if it wasn't this car, right? Otherwise, our wheel could have made a contact, or like, you know, the body panel would have been more fucked or whatever. But I kind of take that back because I have a feeling that the accident could have been prevented in the first place if I wasn't in this car. Like if I was driving my BMW, I would have seen him coming in my peripheral vision. Just because like in my BMW too, I don't have blind spot monitors. I don't have any technology to aid me and like warn me of something happening around me, right? Like this car fucking warns you of everything. Like even now, if I'm driving and I'm not looking forward, okay, I don't know why it's not doing that. Usually this car just tells me every single time I'm not looking forward. Even when I am looking forward, it tells me I should fucking pay attention to the road. Like when I'm backing out of parking spots and like this person's walking like 10 feet away that way, this car just automatically brakes and it won't let me back out of the fucking parking spot. And because of all this technology, I got used to just relying on whatever systems this car was using to tell me if anything's wrong, right? Hold on, let me just order my coffee. So what these big cars do is basically it just kind of trains you to be reliant on technology to know what the fuck is going on around you. And because like this is a big ass car, right? It's like you feel pretty safe, like you feel well insulated. And so it kind of incentivizes you to not drive so defensively. Like I still drive defensively. It's not like I'm driving aggressively, but I find myself just like not being worried as much about what's going on around me just because I feel safer in this car. And the technology tells me whether a car is in my fucking blind spot. It, you know, like it just... All right, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. This is really bad, but... See, like I still kind of, I still have that habit of checking behind me, but the reality is when I'm reversing out, can you like go more to the left, please? Jesus. Like, look, I'll show you again, right? Reality is when I'm like this and I'm reversing out like this, right? All of this is blocked off. Like if there's a child right here or there's a Miata right here, I physically cannot see them, right? Like I have to check like this to make sure there's nothing there. So like even reversing and like actually looking where the fuck you're reversing out of is unsafe in this car. I literally have to rely on this because otherwise like I can do this, but I don't know what the fuck is here. Like if there's a little child, I'm killing that child. And so yeah, you just get used to like looking at the screen to reverse out of places, looking at the screen to just park wherever you want, and it kind of encourages you to drive not defensively, if that makes sense. The thing that makes a Mazda Miata so fun to drive is the sensation of speed, right? You're not going that fast, but it feels really fast. Why? Because you're super close to the ground and you have a small radius around you. So then the opposite is true for big tall cars. See, like when you're sitting this high up, like so high up that that's the Prius that fucking hit me, right? Not that exact one, but that's the same Prius. Let me show you what I mean. When we're okay, like he's still a little further away from me, but when we're like here, like I barely see the car, dude. Like imagine that car closer to this car. Like I only see the fucking roof. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. So like when you're this high up and in this big a thing, the sensation of speed is really muted, right? So like it's just because you're sitting so high up and you're in such an insulated cabin. Actually, this car's pretty loud, but you can drive at 80 miles an hour and it feels like you're going 60 or 50. And I think that's why, I forgot to tell you the point of this video, but I think that's exactly why big cars make stupid drivers. Like most people don't even know how to set their mirrors properly, right? So that's already a minus. All of this just adds up to making a much more dangerous driver, as in just a stupid driver. It encourages lack of awareness. It encourages dependence on technology. Like when we first got this car, I really enjoyed it. But then I found myself not enjoying driving this car because for some reason I felt claustrophobic, right? Despite all this visibility. And I realized why. It's because like when I'm driving straight, I just don't know what the fuck is behind me, dude. Like usually when I'm driving, let's say I'm here and this is my surroundings, right? I feel like I have a good 360 of what's going on all around me. And I know how to maneuver myself to get away from danger, or like it's just fun when you're trying to maneuver yourself and you know everything that's happening around you, right? This is a car, this is my awareness. And this Lexus, this is the car, and this is my awareness. And all of this is really dark. Like see, like in my rearview mirror, I only see the roof of the car behind me just because of how fucking tall this car is. Now that car's like 5 car lengths behind me, and I barely see the, what do you call those? The headlights. And so like whenever I'm trying to switch lanes, I just have a lot less confidence and I have to look like this. But when I look like this, I still don't see shit. So I have to just trust that that's telling me all the information I need to know. and the blind spot monitors are actually doing their job. And whenever I fucking look around me, this car fucking tells me to look forward. Every other car is a big ass SUV nowadays on the road, right? And I think, ooh, nice. I see some of your comments too, and I agree with you. Everyone drives SUVs now, and everyone sucks at driving. But there's a reason why everyone sucks at driving, and it's because everyone drives SUVs. So these SUVs, they give you this illusion that you're safer than you actually are. And I feel like a lot of accidents happen that can be prevented if you were just in a smaller car and you were more aware of your surroundings. Because I made that video where I said 99% of accidents, whether you're at fault or not, still you still have a little bit of fault at that, right? And I stand by it. Like, even though the guy that hit us, he was drunk and he was driving recklessly, I still believe that that accident could have been prevented if I was just doing a better job. See? SUV, I mean, these are tiny SUVs, but like big truck, you know, like truck. Hold on, let's look at this. Big truck. Big truck, big SUV, reasonable sized SUV, big SUV, truck, another truck, big ass SUV, and that, my friends, is why our roads are so unsafe. Yeah, so I understand that in the case of an accident, an SUV is safer to be inside than a smaller car, right? However, I think most accidents can be avoided if you're just in a smaller car.
What?
Hey, baby. Sorry. That's because the Lexus isn't made for on-road driving. You're supposed to go off-roading with that fucking car. Right?